all the PDFs inside one folder.
Yes.
PDF files. They including the literature
Yes.
and the initial courses. So like how many? Okay. 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 4 in total. Okay. So we have like 11 plus. Is it including the literature? Okay. So is it plus today's one? Okay. Today's one and Saturday's one. Okay. So I wanted to ask something. So if you guys were not able to send to my email again because of network, so the PDFs are all is there. Yeah. But you have other conversions on the system to send to me when there is network. Perfect. This is perfect. This is really, really, really perfect. This is what I want. This is what I want. Okay. Okay. So what else? So like you've done 2 now. Remaining one. Being 1,000. Take
That's Friday.
Friday.
Saturday.
It's
3. Those before I think I finished this one today.
Saturday. Which one?
Saturday, which one? I did one data processing on Saturday. Then I did 2.
That's 3.
Yes.
So I'll give you 1,500. Nice one. Nice one. Nice one. Nice one. Nice one. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
So it's complete now. Huh?
Yes.
Nice one. So whatever you today. So 1,000. Nice one. See, you guys are doing well. You're making a whole lot of money for yourselves. Like you guys are gonna like. It's nice. I'm happy for you. Yeah, your transport. Your transport. Very important. You guys don't want to miss that one, but it's very important. Oh yeah. Yeah. You guys are doing well. Yeah. Thank you. See you when I see you. Yeah. Take care. Okay. Okay, let's continue. Biology. Welcome. Today we're gonna be apparently we're gonna be so go before you go, you take in those banners. You understand? So make sure you're on you're doing the right things, okay? So put them together. Okay. Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be looking at the biology practicals. We've added a whole lot to our work, and I would like us to look at them and do the needful. So you can see this is Neco 2021 biology practical. I'm already inside biology, taking this through. Very important. And we're always updating these. The other day we were able to look at all these starting from specimen A, which is the atlas vertebrate, the vertebrate that is the topmost, connecting the cranium and connecting the skull and the neck vertebrae. To call it the atlas. You can see it located here with the red sign. And when you take it out and draw, you have these. I've already told us to study these diagrams so that we can be able to put these diagrams together on the day of the exams. We should be able to put them together. And that is why we're able to lay it out in this way so that you can easily draw it and label dense, thoracic transverse process, vertebral canal at the middle, have the lamina, and all the rest of them. So you check them out. Take note, Atlas is helping the skull to connect, okay? And I told you guys in subsequent classes, I'm gonna highlight the functions of these various specimens, the diseases that can attack them for the seeds when we get to the seeds, okay? And we looked at all of them, and I'm gonna get straight to where we stopped the last time so that I can continue So we stopped at Spirogyra. We're able to take a look at Spirogyra and say that Spirogyra are slippery and they float in large masses. You understand? We're able to draw it, and you know these strands known as the chloroplast. In between, you have the cytoplasm, and inside you have the perinoids and the nucleus at the middle. So those were the things we looked at. And like I said, after today's class, subsequent classes will be on their uses and diseases that can affect them, how they stay. So that if you have any attendant question that relates to any of these, you can be able to answer. So let's look at the okra fruit. The okra fruit, you call it Okra too. You can call it Muscus esculentus, Muscus esculentus, Okra. Botanical names are very important, especially in agricultural science. So in agric, we're going to be looking at botanical names. I'm also putting something together on the practical agric so that when you do your practical agric, you should be able to enjoy it as well as you're trying to enjoy this one. Let's keep moving forward. So they are from the mallow family of Malvaceae, and it's edible fruit. It's native to the tropics. Like in Nigeria here, we eat a lot of okra. So when you see okra, you're going to be able to recognize one because this is exactly how okra is. So when you see it, you know that's specimen J. You should be able to make simple diagrammatic representation of the okra, identify the seed, the scepter, the local. You understand? And those are basics. So it's a cultivated and naturalized in the tropics and subtropics of West Africa, Western Hemisphere okra. It's an economically important vegetable, very, very important because you need okra soup. So it's an economically important fruit. Like you need okra soup. You need to make okra soup in Nigeria. Okra is cultivated for its green, non-fibrous fruits or pods containing round seeds. Those seeds are very important because they make your soup to be in form of okra so that you feel enjoying. Okay, the fruits are harvested when immature and eaten as vegetables. Take note. So this is typical okra, and that's the botanical name. You need to know about it. Know is you can get it in the tropics. Talking about mango fruit, very important. A mango is an edible stone fruit produced by the tropical tree Magnifera indica. Magnifera indica. Take note of Magnifera indica. That is mango. Magnifera indica. That's mango plant is Magnifera indica. So this mango plant gives you mango fruit. You understand? Very important. So it's a species of flowering plants in the sumac and poison ivy family and Anacaceae. Take notes. These are typical diagrammatic representation of mango. You see this, you're gonna relate because this is almost looking like the mango that you see on a daily basis. You understand? Look at it, you eat it every day. And this is the endocarp. The one inside is the endocarp. The one you chop and eat, we call it the mesocarp. Whereas the one you take out before you start chopping the inside, call it the exocarp. So take note of these various carps. You can see pericarp contains the seed, the fleshy thalamus. You understand? This is the mango actually. Here we have the epicarp, or you call it exocarp. You have the mesocarp, and inside you have the endocarp, then the seed coat and the seed. So take note of that. This is the typical mango that you see on a daily basis. You flex with it, you do stuffs with it, you eat it. Sometimes you can even use it as what's it called? Can use it for smoothie. So those of you like me that like smoothie a lot, you can take out the parts and use it for smoothie if you wish to. So they don't commonly use that the way they use watermelon, the rest of it. Okay, let's get down. Talk about ticks. Ticks are external parasites living by feeding on the blood of mammals, birds, and sometimes reptiles and amphibians. So tick, they are very bad. Ticks, they are very bad. They can feed on your blood. So take note, this is the dorsal and the ventral view of a tick. Okay, showing you the various parts. Then we'll talk about the bean weevil, very important. Bean weevil is very, very important. So what is a bean weevil? A bean weevil or seed beetles. So you can either call it a bean weevil or seed beetle. So they are a subfamily of the Prochina beetles. now placed in the family Chrysomelidae, beanweevils and Acanthocelites, Obectals, technically belong to the cadre of seed beetles. Beanweevils feed on bean plants. So they feed on bean plants. That's why we call them beanweevils. So they feed on bean plant foliage and seed pods of beans. That's where they stay. So whenever you have your beans, when you see these weevils, they eat up the beans. The beans, they don't have flesh no more. So you can't even eat your bean because your beans are so messed up whenever there are plenty weevils inside it. So you need to know. So they could ask you a question, which of these specimen attacks the beans? You should be able to know them. You should be able to make this simple diagram that has the labrum, the antenna club, the side, the slicus, the front, the eye temple, the protoras base, the scapulum, the elytra structure, and all these things, the leg known as the fibia. Need to know all these, the trochanter. To know all these basic diagrammatic representation, the labeling, very important. Then talk about cactus plants. These are the cactus plants, like you see them. They are known as the cacti. They are perennial plants. Their stems are fleshy and succulent and are cylindrical or flattened in shape. You can see they are cylindrical or flattened in shape. The stems are green colored and are photosynthetic, usually performing this function instead of leaves. Okay, so the stems perform photosynthetic function instead of leaves because you can see they have succulent stems, you understand, that are green in color. So the scientific name is Cactusia for cactus plant. So take note, you see a diagram like this, you should be able to know that this is the cactus plant. Then we'll talk about the water lettuce. Water lettuce, very, very important. Water lettuce is a free-floating plant with many thick, spongy, dusty green, simple leaves. So they have spongy, it's like spongy, dusty green, simple leaves, thick, very thick. The leaves are dull green, covered in very fine hairs, wreathed and arranged in a spiral pond from the center of the plant. So very important. These are known as water lettuce. You understand? The leaves are 1 to 6 inches wide and have large veins running their length. So take note of these water lettuce, like use it a lot. Now we'll talk about the soldier termites. Very, very important. You need to know this is the soldier termite. You might be given this. This is the actual one, but this is the diagrammatic representation where we get to know about the antenna of the termites, the jaw, the eye, the thorax, very, very important, and the abdomen, the leg, the head. So take note of all this. This is a soldier termite. Very, very important. You can see the big head. The head is very big. You can see this jaw that you can use to pinch you. And you can talk about these ones known as the antenna. You can see that this is just a representation of it. You can see these 6 legs, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You can see it's there too. You can see this abdomen. You can see this thorax. So this is what is represented here in label. And that's why I bring this labeled sketches so that you can quickly, if you're given just this is how you see it in the lab, but you should be able to quickly make it in this shape and label out if you're needed to draw, you understand? So you're also seeing this. So that is the end of the specimen. So we've just completed the rest of the specimens that we are not able to look at the last time. Okay, just take notes. We looked at all these the last time. This is the tadpole, very important. That is the larval stage of most amphibians, very important. The larval stage of the life cycle of most tadpole, you understand? Then we'll have the diagram where we have the transient gill, the tail muscles, the tail fin, and the adhesive gland and the eyes, you understand? Take notes. You could have questions directed to that. Treader's fruit, or plants with daisy-like yellow centered white yellow flowers. And then talk about sweep nets that you can use in collecting some certain animals and insects over a long grass. Call it the sweep net, over a long grass. And talk about the powder. The powder, you can use it to fetch insects that are very close to you. But if they are far and on grasses, you can use the sweep nets. So take note of all these. Take note of this diagram, the lead, the plastic turbine, the sock. You have to place your mouth here and suck, whereas you place this other outlet close to the insect that you want to take. So once you suck the insect, and the insect enters here, so you can use it for your experiment, any other thing. Then talk about the lumbar vertebrae is towards the west. It helps you in bending and twisting. This is the lumbar vertebrae. This is the diagram. It has a long spine. Take note. So this is the scapula close to the eye. It's also called the close to the hand, the arm. Call it the shoulder blade. Very important. You have the glenal cavity, the scapula itself. Take note of this diagram. Then we talk about the thoracic vertebrae, very close in this thoracic chamber, covering your liver and every other thing. This is where we have thoracic, long spine. Take note of this diagram and stay. You're gonna put them together. Then the atlas vertebrae, I told you, very close to the skull, and start helping the skull to sit firmly. We're gonna, in the subsequent classes, we're gonna look at the functions of these various bones in the atlas axis of the skeletal system of mammals and vertebrates. We're gonna look at the functions of these various things, and when we get to the animals, we're gonna look at diseases they can cause. And once we look at also the plants, we're gonna look at diseases that can affect them, the classification, which class of our plants are they classified under. And we look at this tick and tadpole and the rest, talk about their kind of ecosystem that you can find them in, and the kind of interactions, the kind of diseases they suffer, including those plants, what kind of diseases can affect these fruits. Those are the things we're going to be looking at in subsequent classes that we're going to be dealing this biology. So that by the time you enter the hall, anywhere any question is coming from, you should be able to tackle, handle, anticipate, and do the right thing. Understand? So that you make your maximum score of 9A1. That is the target for everybody that is using our resources to learn. Once you're using Educate Africa, that's the platform. You can see it here, Educate Africa. Make sure that once you come register as a student, so that you can be able to open up the exam, the lessons. All the lessons are here. Everything I've explained to you is already here. So you can open it up, the video format, everything, all the subjects you want, geography, common interest, junior waec, everything is all wrapped up here. If you like this video, please hit the subscribe button. If you're following us on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. If you have questions for us, hit up the comment section. Drop your comments in form of questions, so that once we get to them, we can get back to you. If you're following us if you're watching us live stream on Facebook, if you have any questions, drop them in the comment section. Always like our video. That's how you help us in the community, so that we can move forward. Like our videos, share them across to your friends, let them see them and use them. And until we see you the next time, remain blessed. God bless you. See you when I see you. Bye.